Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Brian the Floridian. So today I am coming to you from this little town outside of Sebring, Lake Placid, Florida, which is also called the town of Murals. So there's a bunch of cool little murals, little graffiti pictures all over this town, this little quaint little town. So anyway, let's go check it out. Let's go check out the sights and sounds. Let's go explore the sights and sounds. And I want you guys to tag along. So down Highway 27, this town welcomes you, and the little sign says Town of Murals. Shops and restaurants turn right next to lights. So let's go check this place out, and on the overhang it says Welcome to Lake Placid. Pretty cool. And there's another little sign over there too. Welcome you to Lake Placid. So the view from here is pretty spectacular. Lots of nice little view of the lake here. Pretty sunny today. It's about 85 degrees today, so pretty nice. On the side of this Walgreens here is one of the first things you see when you come in down the main thoroughfare, the downtown area. This one mural right here. The American eagle looks like, maybe some native birds of Florida. It's like an alligator right there. And even a little picture of a Reader's Digest. A little collection of things known to Florida. The Florida Panther and some oranges. On the side of the school, there's a little airboat here. Little people riding the airboat for some fun. A little tour guide right there. Riding the airboat for some fun and leisure here. And there's one guy right there following him too. Pretty cool. So right across the street from South Florida State College is this little school right here. These little clown figurines just welcome you to come park your car and just spend some time over here. So Lake Placid also has a clown museum in this town, supposedly, so we will hopefully get to check that out in a little while we explore going this way down close to downtown Lake Placid. Looks like even the garbage cans are decorated here too, as this was decorated just like an encyclopedia set, or even a set of books right there. That's pretty neat. So this mural says Roy Hampton, Terry Smith Visionaries. So it looks like, I'm not sure which one it is that's up here, but so either it's Roy or Terry, or I'm sorry, Jerry or Terry. Looks like he's got the plans of the city right there. Visionary plans. And there's a water tower behind him, and looks like some buildings there. And the railroad for, hopefully for building up Lake Placid. So it looks like the basketball team from Lake Placid, specifically 1940, right on that basketball tells me the date of this inspiration for this mural. But it looks like some hoopsters from the Lake Placid High School right here. Right on the bottom of this building right here. So looking downtown, as you can see, it's pretty quiet. Not too much traffic going on down here, just a little bit, but pretty cool downtown area. This building has a mural of old Florida here. Looks like the wild parts of Florida with the wild boar, the deer, and even a gopher tortoise right there going to his den. So there is definitely a lot of murals all over this place here. On the side of this hearing center, there's a mural. Looks like a dentist here. It's like a salute to maybe dentistry or so, but maybe 3 prominent dentists here in Lake Placid. I'm not really sure, but definitely pretty cool looking mural here. So lots of these pictures stuck in the nooks and crannies all over this town, and I just can't wait to go check out some more of these. So here's a shot of the water tower here in Lake Placid, and it's facing these baseball fields here. I imagine from the high school, possibly. It says home of the Green Dragons over there, so that is possibly the high school name of Lake Placid High School. But even over there is looks to be a football field over there. So the lights are right there, so there would be a game possibly on Friday nights there, or even here there would be a game here for baseball during the year, which is actually coming up pretty shortly. Looks like this garbage can is actually being protected by this bear, which looks like to be it's like some bees here. Beekeeper boxes here. And over here is another mural of some Florida black bears. Like a small little bear right there. So right on the side of this building in downtown, which is actually right next to a little park here. Pretty cool little park to kind of enjoy and sit down and relax. So right here on the side of Lockhart Auto Care Center is another mural depicting Florida agriculture right there. These cars are covering up a lot of the mural, but you get the idea though. It's like a lot of crops right there being planted, and there's even a little eagle right there. Looks like some kind of hawk right there flying right in the middle of the picture, but it takes up this whole building right here. But look at the detail. The detail is really great in this picture right here. So on the side of this building on South Oak Avenue and East Interlake Boulevard is this little mural here, which depicting, looks like the logging industry here, possibly pine tar? Not really sure, but you see the logs right there being transported. So they're taking some sap out of these trees, and you see them loading the sap up into the wagons here. So actually now I know what it's about. It's about the pure spirits of gum turpentine. So this depicts the harvesting of that stuff right there. And it stretches from all the way from the back of this building till about right there. Yeah, so walking downtown, you just see like random buildings with these little murals on them. Just little random buildings here. Pretty cool little downtown area. And so far it's quiet a little bit. A little bit of traffic, but not too much bad. And here's Lake Placid Noon Rotary Park. It's pretty cool right there. A little fountain right there. Another mural here, which looks like possibly some bird watching going on here. Nice little park to kind of stretch out your legs, relax. A little waterfall right there, and it goes all the way down to the end of this little underneath this bridge into this little pond right here. So Rotary Club Lake Placid Noon proudly created a garden of living art in the midst of these fine murals. This 5-year project was completed in 2002. Let's take a look over here and study this more. Looks like some native water birds here, and I see a hawk right there, and also an owl in the tree. Got these little benches here to sit down on, and there's also some Native American excavation going on here too. It's like an Indian right there. It's got a little timeline right there. AD 900, AD 1200. So it looks like some Native American influence right here. And 600 BC right there that it talks about. And you see some Native Americans hunting some deer. You see the little alligator right there in the pond behind them, behind the deer. And going back even further down to 500 BC, or I'm sorry, 5000 BC and 10,000 BC. You see the mastodon right there, and the people back then, they were hunting that magnificent animal. So this was done by Dane Quigley in 1998, according to this mural. Looks like another garbage can here decorated there, in the mold of a tree with some, looks like some tree sap being harvested right there. So in addition to the walls being decorated, the garbage cans are decorated too. And I forgot to mention that Lake Placid is also known as the Caladium Capital of the world, which Caladium means angels of God, meaning the leaves of the plants, or elephant ears. So it's a flowering plant. And you will see a few of them around here. As you see right here on this wall, which is like some flowers there. It's like someone has some tea right there. So here's another mural. Actually, this is actually advertising a business here called the Caladium Co-op for Arts and Crafts. And these are the caladiums I was speaking about. These little plants right there, elephant ears. So there are a number of those all over this town here. Looking at this clock reminds me of like those little clocks you see in the old movies there, or old shows like Mayberry, or you know, back in the old days. But definitely cool looking relic from the past. And not sure if it's the original one that's been here, but man, it is really cool looking. Another mural here on the side of a bank. Looks like someone's making some, looks like some baked beans, maybe some barbecue. Definitely see some chicken back there, some ham, maybe some collard greens right there. So someone's definitely having a feast right there. Definitely having a feast. And it looks like another mural on the side of this building depicting some kind of agriculture. These white flowers. Not really sure what they are or what is significant of is to Lake Placid, but if you guys know, just leave a comment below. It looks like some cattle rustling going on right there. It's probably her, looks like. I would imagine that's her on the horse right there. On the side of this office supply building, this mural depicts the Boy Scouts of America here. Different merit badges right there. Some canoeing going on right there. A little bit of camping. Looks like the local troop 482 is being represented right here. Right next to the American flag. Looks like another water tower back here, more closer to downtown. That's probably the original water tower. Right next to the cell phone tower. So corner of Main Street and Interlake Avenue is this one big mural here, which depicts the downtown celebration here. Looks like the town square or park. A little bit of everything there. It's like a watermelon eating contest, pie eating contest. Some quilt making going on. It's like a little carnival going on also in this part of this town. So you see the ducking booth. Some clogging up there. It's like some little train. Just a little bit of everything up here going on. Like they're dedicating something right there. I'm not sure what that is, but even barbecues being made right over here. And you can go right here to purchase the barbecue if you want to. Unfortunately, I can't talk to them because it's just a mural and I'm hungry. This little train right here is kind of cool. It says Land of the Lakes Express. Not sure if it's a real working train, but nevertheless pretty cool looking. This little owl is all by himself, but at least he's got company next door to him, which is another mural depicting Florida wildlife. Looks like some wolves here. On the side of this building, it looks like a little bit of Florida altogether again. Looks like Hernando de Soto maybe, or some kind of Spanish explorer with his ship right there. Some oranges here. Looks like some people. I'm not really familiar who they are, but definitely celebrate the citrus industry here. And this stretches all the way from the front of that building to the very back, which is a lot of space and a lot of detail in these murals too. Shows a gentleman loading the trucks up with the citrus there, the pickers, and the horses, and the buggy with the citrus being loaded up on the buggy. This little park in downtown has a huge, massive grill right here. Also has a sink right there. Pretty awesome little park. Some ceiling fans to keep you cool in the dead heat of the summer. And what's interesting here is this little old school car. Not sure if it's a garbage can or an actual piece of playground equipment, but you can't open it. There's some kids inside the car right there with the fuzzy dice. You got these little bears hiding behind these plants here. This little sculpture of the Florida black bear. Looks like it's cast iron. Right in the center of the park. I imagine these shuffleboard courts have seen lots of use over the years. They're not being used right now, but man. Got the scoreboard up there. The little chalk container to put your chalk in to record the score. Place to plug in some lights, maybe some music. And also have a bathroom right there if you need to go to the bathroom. It's really peaceful here. This garbage can has a picture of the Caladium on it. The plants that this city is known for, the Caladium Capital of the world. And there's a bunch certainly on this trash can right here. This little mural pays homage to boxing and also to a tire store here in Lake Placid. It looks like to bare hollow bulbs. Not sure who this is, that gentleman there is, but man, that looks like Elvis behind the wheel of this old school car. But now you see Caladium all over the place here. So definitely Caladium here in bits and pieces all over Lake Placid downtown area. Here's another garbage can that depicts a little bit of history of Lake Placid, which is the gum turpentine, the spirits of gum turpentine which they get out. I imagine out of the trees that we see around here being harvested. It says Consolidated Naval Store Company, Lake Placid, Florida. This old school barbershop pole is something you really don't hardly see nowadays outside of barbershops anymore. But man, look at that. That is awesome. And this is Timeless Barbershop in downtown off the main street of Lake Placid. And look at the little entryway there. It's kind of painted there with some little color there. Oh, that's pretty cool. And around the corner of this is Police Officers Bullock Park. With some more interesting murals here. Not sure what she's doing, but she's calling somebody. This gentleman doesn't look like he's in too good of a shape. Maybe sleeping or maybe not feeling well. She's calling the doctor for him. But there's the operator right there, the town operator. And she must be calling, I imagine calling through the operator to reach the doctor, which is right there. So now I understand what this means. So this guy is obviously sick and she needs medical attention. So this mural depicts the post office here. It's like the old style of delivering mail, horse and buggy. Unfortunately, the mail is being lost behind him because he's going too fast. These horses are just out of control. Look at that. Looks like they broke their little harness right there. So they are out of control. There's a U.S. mail symbol there, the old post office. I imagine that's the postmaster there of Lake Placid. And looks like Daisy, the clerk, is right next to him. As you can see on her shirt, Daisy, stamped in the mail. This little clown is inviting people to sit down on the bench there. Kind of spooky looking clown. A little creepy, but pretty cool piece of artwork there. Here's another decorated garbage can. Looks like more of a butterfly theme. But look at the detail of this garbage can. Really nice. There's even one butterfly just poking out of the can, which makes it even more special. So pretty cool. You see these all over town, these garbage cans. And there is a Caladium right there. Right in front of the Chamber of Commerce building, which this is right here. The Greater Lake Placid Chamber of Commerce and Mural Gallery. So you see these little caladiums right on the side of the wall right here with names on them, looks like. There are different types of caladium. It's like White Queen, Caladium Jr., Carolyn Wharton. Alright guys, so I'm in the Chamber of Commerce and I'm actually going to be looking at the murals through the mural gallery inside here. So these are the actual paintings, the inspiration for the murals around town in Lake Placid. And there are a number, there's a lot of them in here, which is very interesting. So all these murals on this wall around this room is actually all around town. So some of them may look familiar to you guys because I already filmed them, but nevertheless really cool looking to see the small version of these murals. And this little guy looks familiar. That was in the park we just came from downtown, which has the bear and the cub. Looks like a clown mural here. And these are very familiar. We've seen these before around Lake Placid. So reading about this place, there's about 50 murals all around town, which gives Lake Placid the name of 50 of the town of murals here. Pretty interesting here. I just purchased this book from the the lady at the desk from the Chamber of Commerce, and this is actually the book of the murals of Lake Placid. It explains each mural, and it also gives you a map of downtown of where the murals are at. But this book was $4 and talks about each different mural and the artist here, which is really interesting here. So you can see this artist is right there for the turpentine industry. And let's see if we can find the map. And there is the map of Lake Placid downtown, of the murals there. And we are right there at the Chamber of Commerce, right over here. So, definitely right in the middle of town. So this mural depicts the Rose Man, which was a gentleman that gave away roses to everybody all around town. People that were well, people that were sick in the hospital. Just throughout the community there. Just a nice guy. So this garbage can is a copy of an old bait and tackle store here, or fish camp shop. It's got the rustic looking chimney right there. The building looks pretty rustic looking. And what's really interesting is right across the way, across from the garbage can, on the side of this beauty salon, is this fishing mural here, which depicts a little bit of sport fishing in Florida. So this mural is called Bassing, and it won first place in an airbrush competition in a local magazine, I believe. Or maybe a national magazine, but nevertheless, really pretty cool. Look at the detail on there. Bass being pulled out of the lake with the rod and reel. Looks like someone's catch is right there. The lure even the lure looks pretty lifelike, realistic there. The detail of the lure. Pretty interesting. And there's a lot of birds over here admiring the mural also. Maybe they want that fish below. Not really sure, but that would be a nice little dinner to have. Tasty dinner. All over town there's these free little library boxes here where you can grab a book and return a book, which is pretty cool for the small town here. And there's some books in there, just in case you want to pick up a book and read it. So this mural on Dale Hall Boulevard depicts Dr. Charles Ackey, who was very influential in bringing state-of-the-art care, medical care, to Highland County, which is where this Lake Placid, Sebring, Avon Park, and all the other communities around here encompass. So, pretty neat. Pretty nice tribute to Dr. Charles Ackey right there. So here at Journal Plaza, which is a farmer's market on every Saturday, also lies this mural which is called Hometown News, which depicts the Lake Placid Journal in 1960. Looks like the printing press is right there. Got the guy, the little kid delivering the journal. Part of the printing press right there also. And even there's a little cat laying right here, just chilling out there with the mouse behind him, kind of watching to make sure that he don't see him. And what's really interesting is this garbage can right here, or not really sure if it's a garbage can, but it's another part of artwork here at the plaza, which depicts the sign, Town of Murals, America's most interesting town. And back there is a phone booth right at the end of the plaza. Old school phone booth right there, which is pretty cool. Right across from the plaza is another mural called Stuck in Time, or actually Snapshot in Time, which depicts old-time Florida right here. And it looks like they would have a play or something going on right here. Maybe some kind of performance. Maybe on this little stage, a little checkerboard stage right here. So this one's called Stuck in Time. I believe that, I'm not sure who those gentlemen are up there, but I think those are maybe possibly Thomas Edison, maybe Henry Ford. Could be wrong. That one says Swain on the door right there of the car. And there's the Lake Placid Motor Co. Looks like and it depicts a stuck Model T right there. And that is Swain Bowers, who owned a shop, a Motor Co. actually called Lake Placid Motor Co. back in the day here. So he would actually go out and get people unstuck from the sand, and that's his car right there, his little shop. So they do have something there. They actually have movies in the park on every Friday at the Journal Plaza, which was that little spot I was just showing you guys right there. So I imagine it would be on the screen right there every Friday for a movie. Another clown theme bench right here. So I believe the clown school, or the Toby's Clown School, is close by here. I want to say it's down this thoroughfare, maybe down the sidewalk here. So this mural is called Toby's Clown School, and it pays homage to the clown school here in Lake Placid. I believe with the same name. But look at the balloons up there in the corner, and that ledge is the only thing that's holding the balloons from flying up in the sky. But look at the detail there. Incredible detail on this mural. This mural is called Lake Estacapego Village, which depicts like an old village back in the early times of Lake Placid. Pretty interesting there. So there's no doubt to what the name of this mural is right here in front of me, which basically welcomes visitors to Lake Placid. It's got a little bit of everything in the letters right there. Alright, so this mural is called Jewels of Highland County, and it's right off of Main Street right here. So this mural depicts the train depot that used to be here, Lake Placid, Florida. There's an old style Model T car right there, the railroad tracks and the train and the depot right there. And there's some little remnants of train tracks and even a sign right there in the corner, a railroad crossing sign. And on the wall talks about a little bit of information about the train depot. It says Atlantic Coast Railroad depot was built at the urging of Dr. Melville Dewey. He then petitioned the state to have the town's name changed from Lake Stearns to Lake Placid, as it was a winter resident for the Lake Placid's Club of New York. So that's where Lake Placid got their name from. Passenger service continued until the 1960s. Then the station was closed in 1975. The Historic Society of Greater Lake Placid Incorporated was established in May of 1982. The railroad deeded the depot to the society in 1984 and was transformed into a museum. So there's part of the railroad right there behind the depot right there. And there's the museum, which is now closed, unfortunately. Looks like part of the... This was probably... Yeah, this was the depot at that time, where people from New York would come down to vacation in Lake Placid, or Lake Stern at the time. Looks like a little bit of railroad tracks over there. Possibly a little warehouse back there. And what's cool is there's other things right in front of the depot that we can check out right now on the outside of the depot. Like this caboose at the very back of the depot right there on the side. I'm not really sure what this is right here, but it's in front of the train depot. But some kind of steam engine, some kind of steam train, possibly train paraphernalia, but right over here behind it is another little sign, little artwork there that talks about DuPope and Sons, growers of quality produce, Lake Placid, Florida, and Hartville, Ohio. So he's got some beets and radishes and romaine lettuce on the back of the truck. Pretty cool. This little marker here talks about the park right here next to the train depot, Lastinger Memorial Park. So that's the name of the first homesteader and citrus grower on Lake Stearns in 1890, and this was dedicated in August 29th of 1987. So I'm not really sure if this is a grave marker, but it is right here on the corner. Of this little park right here. On the back of this alleyway there's another mural that stretches all the way down the back side of this building right here. It says Glades Electric right there, so this pays homage to maybe the electric, this gentleman here in Lake Placid, or to the electric company here in Lake Placid. But this one stretches all the way down to the very end of this building. Looks like some kind of possibly some biology going on right here, maybe some fire, forestry fire controlling here. Pretty cool. So this mural right here pays homage to Richard Archibald and the Archibald Biological Society. So Richard Archibald was an explorer, aviator, and patron of science. So imagine it depicts him exploring all over the world here, especially in Lake Placid. So pretty good homage to this gentleman. The school bus theme, little standing mural right here. A little dragon driving the bus. I want to say it is a garbage can. Yep, it is a garbage can. So this mural depicts Toby's first clown class, which was the first clown class of the school right here in front of me on the back side of this building. It's like some clowns are practicing making balloons there, face makeup. And there is another, looks like a clown little picture right there maybe for a photo op. Not really sure, but pretty cool. And this mural is called the Art of Clown School. And it's pretty intricate mural right here, all these different colors and scenarios right there of the clown school. It's like a little face makeup right there. Balloon making. So this is on the outside of the American Clown Museum and School, which is closed right now. Fortunately, I can't walk in there and take a look, but that's where you would actually walk in to check it out. Another garbage can mural here with the clown theming going on, right behind Toby's Clown School. Right behind is a backdrop of the Lake Placid water tower. Another mural right here on the side of this building off of Main Street depicts the Ten Commandments right there. And Jesus Christ and the crucifix. Alright, so this mural also is right here off of Main Street, depicts the Tropical State Bank robbery. Looks like the sheriff right there is getting the bank robbers. Looks like their hands are up. This guy's trying to warn against these guys robbing the bank right here. There's the loot right there. It's getting dark, but there's a little bit of history here in this garbage can. More Pacific Florida Panther history. A little bit of wildlife here. Outside of the Lake Placid Women's Club there's this mural stands, which shows some sandhill cranes with a evening backdrop of Florida. There's another library book right here. Free library. Take a book, return a book. And there's a lot of books in this one here. And the sun is going down over Lake Placid right now as we speak. Alright guys, that's going to do it for my video here today at Lake Placid, Florida. Checking out the different murals and all the sights and sounds to see around Lake Placid. Hit like, subscribe, like this video. And I will do more little stops around Florida. Interesting little stops and towns for you guys in the future. And I will see you guys later. Take care. So the observation tower here on Lake Placid used to be open to the public, but not anymore right now due to needing renovations to the tower and also to the building below. But it's still lit up at night, as you can see. And boy, I wonder how far you can see from up there. Probably see all the different lakes and all the different counties from up there at the top of that tower. But it very similar to the one that's in Clearmont, the Citrus Tower, and also the tower that's also in Winter Haven. I believe Winter Haven, the Bok Tower. So I believe this is the sister tower of the Bok Tower. But nevertheless, pretty cool. And hopefully we'll be opening up eventually for visitors to go up there and take a look.